All right, welcome back. Now you can get a closer view of two of us, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we have our first guest right
Yeah,
in
you
the.
know, in celebration of Independence Day, at
Yes.
least it's very, very important that this kind of personality is here with us. So he goes by the name
Gerald
Gerald
Nwokocha.
Wokocha.
Yes,
Nwokocha.
one culture. Yes.
Ah, you smile. You
Can
didn't
I
smile at
say?
me because I didn't get it right. Okay, so it's a lot he does. Like I was asking him, I said, only you doing all of this, but it's just really apt. He's a policy and strategy advisor, writer, researcher, storyteller, business person. He's literally a multifaceted person. He's won awards for Reporter of the Year. You did something during the COVID. I'm trying to look for it. Apparently, it was a town hall meeting, and it was just to understand how coronavirus and how people can cope with it in an economy like this. So you're like literally a thing. Is it think tanker? They say
Yes.
a connoisseur of so many things, but literally you're all about change and development in Nigeria. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
I'm well.
So you are
So that's Ginger, it's Independence Day.
Independence Day. So you are literally
Yeah.
like the best person to talk about this because you're passionate about Nigeria, passionate about change. Nigeria at
Passionate
six-
about Africa.
Africa.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this first question because we have lots of questions to ask you. Nigeria at 60, are we making progress? That's supposed to be like a last question, but first because you are here to talk about that. Where are we right now as a country, as a nation?
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Nigeria at 60. So many things have happened,
Yeah.
and we have seen the ups and the downs. But so many Nigerians. Let me just start with WhatsApp group. As of yesterday, so many persons have been posting on WhatsApp and even text messages that please don't wish me happy Independence Day, stuff like that. You get. So that is to tell you the state of the nation. So virtually every Nigerian is like bitter about how things have turned out. So it not only, and it's our own fault, not only the leaders too, but also even the citizens.
How so?
So we can't just say that things have moved smoothly. Looking at 60 years to now, a man of 60 years would have grown gray hair and should be retired. So if you're looking at Nigeria, you should be saying that Nigeria by now should have acquired all it need to do and should be heading towards retirement. So, but we are still growing, not even growing, we are still crawling.
Like we're 30 years old, yeah?
30
No, we are
30
still crawling
we are
like a
5-year-old.
five-year-old
Oh my chest.
baby. So we've not really done much as a nation. So it's so sad, I must say.
Okay.
But there's still hope.
All right. Let me ask you this. Like they say that the kids or the youth are the futures of tomorrow. When I was young, that's what they said. You are the future of tomorrow, but we are living in this so-called future.
No, we are the future.
So
I mean,
it's almost like as if that we don't have faith in this present government because it has failed us. I don't know. Do you think young people at this point do not believe in Nigeria anymore? Because that's why you have competitions like Big Brother that will take away our interest, and then you see people voting, because that's the only way they can relate to. They can only relate to those. They can't relate to what we have as a nation.
Okay, coming to your question, there was this song we did sing when we were kids. It was during our primary school days that parents, let me just read out the words, parents listen to your children, and because we are leaders of tomorrow, give us the right education, and the sound education. So you see that in Nigeria, it looks like it's a mere song and all those things, and these are the wishes and dreams of every Nigerian, even every parent, that your children will grow and become something in future. You send them to school and all that. But at the end of the day, after sending your children to school and all that, they still come out one hour in the street and becoming even nuisance in the society. So this is not the Nigeria of our dream. And I don't think this is the Nigeria that our founding fathers, dreamt of. So wherever they are today, they will be so ashamed that things are turning out this way. So, and you look at persons that have ruled us even during the independence period, I mean shortly after the independence period, are still the persons that are still ruling us till now. So, and it looks as if there's no hope for a Nigerian child. So we are still roaming around the old persons which some persons may describe as deadwoods, because they don't have any other input again. They don't have anything, and they wouldn't want to give the young persons the chance to lead.
So I wanted to ask, you said that you amongst all your pedigree, there was something that they mentioned, policies.
Yeah.
Let's talk a bit about that. Where you said you claim you are a policy what?
A police
Okay,
Advisor.
great. So how did that come about for you, and how effective has that been whilst when you started that journey as a policy advisor?
Okay, let's take Nigeria for instance. What we basically do is to advise the government, people in government, so you're not going to force it on them. Okay, these are the policies you have brought in place. Look at the positive effect, and these are the negative effect to the citizens. But everything you are doing, because one thing that makes you a successful leader is that you must bring in policies that must be impactful. Even if they're not going to be comfortable on the citizens for the meantime, but you look at the long-term goals of it. So what we basically do, myself and my colleagues at the think tank, that diplomacy and strategy think tank, what we basically do is to, engender workable solutions for every issues that we see. We criticize, and we also like to encourage and proffer solutions. This is the right thing to do, and not restricted to Nigeria, but the whole of Africa.
Okay, let's bring to context young people, because majorly those who watch the show and those who we need to address, because old people, they've been in power, they've not left, they're still in power. What are young people contributing to the dispensation of change now in Nigeria? Because it's easy for us to sit down, talk about it. Look at all the old people when they were in power. Gowon was 30, I believe, when he was, I can't remember, was it president or governor? You have these people were young, they entered politics 20s, and they were burning with passion. Wale Soyinka, a lot of them. But now, what are the young people contributing? Because everybody's just crying, Nigeria hasn't changed.
Because the old dead wolves, they've not given them the chance to lead. So the same persons who have been ruling the country since the 60s and 70s are still the person there. But then, what I would tell Nigerian youth is that they have to take their destiny into their hands, and which most of us are doing well, despite the frustrations we've seen in the country. You get? I once told my friends that if Mark Zuckerberg, the Facebook CEO, were to be a Nigerian, maybe today he would have still been roaming around the street with CVs, submitting CVs, you get? Because the country has not provided us that platform. Yeah, look at the ease of doing business in Nigeria. Nigeria is still rated poor, and we are bragging and jubilating that we have come up to 131 or thereabouts. Look at the unemployment rate in the country. Very, very sore, 27.1%. And that may not be even be the actual fact, because I believe that this COVID-19 lockdown has brought a lot of job losses for persons.
Yes.
So we just made a normal projection and just a rough estimate that is just 27.1%. So when you look at it now, you see that things are not even getting better. But thank God that there's still hope. That some Nigerians are making us proud, despite the challenges. So, and that's why when you see Nigerians in some part of the world, in US, in Canada, you see them, they are doing well in their various careers, in medicine, in technology, they are doing well. And even at home here, some of us are also doing well in business, in technology, in social science. Look at the Andela was a Nigeria co-founded it. That's Aboyeji. He was one of the co-founders. Flutterwave, Paystack, even eTransact. So these are what technologies from Nigerians. You see that they are doing well, improving the GDP.
We have our own Silicon Valley.
Yes, and even I always, I'm always proud of my friend Fesayo Shobu. So he brought in ideas, technology into what investigative journalism. So, and that has earned him so many awards. So these are some persons that you will say that these, at least, despite all the challenges, all the hurdles, that we don't have anything to celebrate, but these ones are the ones that give us joy. And funnily enough, is that Nigerians, we are too overwhelmed by so many sad news, so many sad reports about the country, that we now resort to, we can't even do anything. Gone are the days that Nigeria we come, and that's why the government can't do anything. If you dare protest.
Let me, because I know you're really passionate about this. What can the country do to help young people? And what can young people do to help the country? Because the vice versa situation, we can't sit there blame the government, because we know the government too They don't know say they be government and they do anyhow. Young people need to. So how can each
We
person help each other to make it beneficial for this country?
Yeah, we can't help each other. That's why I always say that there is still hope. One of the ways we can help each other, things have really gone by looking at, even in the business world. So even the young persons, sadly, the young persons are even learning the wrong path. Instead of them to learn the good side, they're learning the wrong path. And that's why even you see the few of us in politics, the young persons, we are not even doing much well. You get? So what we can do is to learn from others, and until we begin to return back to what the state at which the founding fathers of this nation put it. If we begin to even look at what we have written in our national anthem and pledge, and another thing again is that one thing
we need to wrap up this segment, but thank you so much because you really shed light to the things that, and I think that a lot of young people like you are doing things actively in making sure that there is change in Nigeria. We will obviously hope to see, not just saying it.
I mean, how many of us can even still recite the national anthem?
It's not about national anthem, but it's really about what we can do. But
yeah,
thank you
because
so much.
He mentioned that, so that's what I was like, go back to.
And can I say something? For the last time, please, I would like if the government would look into this to address the issue of what citizenship and what state of origin.
Thank you so much, Gerald. We need to move to the next step. Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's still Independence Day. We just had an amazing conversation with a policy analyst and policy maker. So we still have a great show. Remember, we're not going anywhere. And of course, we will be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Today.